Hi everyone, this is Jeff Ryckbost, Director of Client Services at Exude, and we've put together a short video with some Q&A about the COBRA subsidies connected to the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, otherwise known as ARPA. So question number one, what is the bottom line? What do employers need to know about ARPA, and what do employers need to do with this information? So ARPA is the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, and it provides eligible individuals with access to subsidies for COBRA coverage for up to 6 months between April and September 2021. Employers are required to notify eligible individuals of the availability of that subsidy, and they must do that between now and May 31st. If an employer has a third-party COBRA administrator, they're going to need to work with that COBRA administrator to understand who is eligible for the subsidy and to administer those subsidies. If the employer does the COBRA administration internally, they're going to have to really take on that responsibility themselves from A to Z. So question number two, who is eligible for a COBRA subsidy? So an eligible individual includes anyone who lost coverage through an involuntary qualifying event. So the most common example of this is going to be if an individual was laid off from employment, or if they were required to transition from a full-time to a part-time class. An individual who voluntarily resigned employment or voluntarily moved to a part-time class would not be eligible for these subsidies. Eligible individuals may not have access to other group health coverage. So the most common example of that would be through a new employer, or through a spouse's employer, or through Medicare or other group health coverage. Eligible individuals must have lost coverage during an eligible time frame. So anyone who loses coverage involuntarily between April 1st and through September 2021, they would be considered eligible for the subsidy. In addition to that, anyone who is still within their original COBRA time period, which for most people is 18 months but can go up to 36 months, they are potentially still eligible to basically elect COBRA on April 1st, 2021, and get the subsidy through the end of their original COBRA timeframe. So this may include individuals who have lost coverage all the way back in 2020, 2019, or 2018, depending on the circumstances. How are COBRA administrators handling the administration of these subsidies? So COBRA administrators are essentially identifying lists of potentially eligible individuals based off of the original qualifying event date and the qualifying event reason. And then they are providing that list to employers and asking the employer to indicate whether an individual was voluntarily or involuntarily removed from coverage. Some administrators are emailing that list directly to their employer contacts. A lot of administrators are requiring that the employer actually go into their portal and pull up that list themselves. Either way, the employer ultimately has that responsibility to let the COBRA administrators know whether each individual was voluntarily or involuntarily removed from coverage. Once the COBRA administrators have the information that they need, they are going to send out special election notices to the assistance eligible individuals, and those individuals will have the opportunity to enroll into COBRA coverage with subsidized premiums for up to 6 months between April and September. How does the payment of premiums work? In general, the premiums for each subsidized participant will be included in the employer's monthly carrier invoice. Employers will pay this invoice, including the premium for the COBRA participants. The federal government will then reimburse employers for the subsidized premium through a payroll tax credit. For more information about obtaining that tax credit and that process, employers should speak to a tax and accounting professional. As with any new legislation, the COBRA subsidies can be difficult to understand and to implement successfully. If you have any questions about this, or if you need any help administering COBRA, please contact Exude for assistance.